On the text line, Pete, you see the Turning Point USA Super Bowl lineup? I just wrote back to this texter, yeah, it blows. Kid Rock's your headliner, okay? Lee Brice, Brantley Gilbert, and Gabby Barrett. Gabby Barrett's probably the best of the bunch. I don't know. I mean, I think some people are trying to convince themselves this is like a great alternate to Bad Bunny. It's not, okay?
I remember Gabby Barrett when she was on American Idol. I thought she should have won American Idol, but I think she got second or third maybe.
Doesn't it seem like sometimes those shows, which I have not watched in, 10 years.
Yeah, she was on 9 years ago.
We used to watch The Voice probably 10 to 15 years ago. And I think they're on season 52 now. It seems like sometimes the people that don't win actually end up with bigger careers. And I don't know why that happens. But it does seem like it does happen, John.
Fan base voting kind of pushes some of the less likely talents above the rest.
Yeah, that could be it. I've always wondered that.
Well, I see almost every season. It's on at my house, so I've picked up the theory.
Okay, so it's on, and that's where you see all the commercials for, like, Jimmy Kimmel and Colbert and those guys.
Coming up tonight on Jimmy Kimmel. Not at my house. I yell out loud. If Alexa could just hear me.
Oh, man. All right, let's get into these Epstein files. And I bring this up because there's a Kansas City tie here to all this. So, as you know, Friday, the Epstein files dropped. And yesterday, Mark sent me something, and I had seen this as well on social media. But I was like, I got to confirm this because, Mark, as you know, you can't just see something on social media and know it's true, right?
Okay.
I mean, you could AI generate whatever you want. You could AI generate an Epstein file graphic that shows, like, I don't know, all of us, in there some way, somehow. You can't trust any of these things. So I go into the Epstein files last night, and you can do it at justice.gov/Epstein. See it for yourself. You got to confirm you're 18 years old, so don't do it if you're a kid. And you can literally Control F and search for any keyword you want in the Epstein file library. So I searched for Kansas City. And I'm going through it, and there's a couple of Kansas City mentions throughout the Epstein files, but a lot of them are like, there was one thing, some guy was emailing Jeffrey Epstein about UFC Fight Night in Kansas City one year, and I'm like, okay, this is nothing. But then there's credit card statements from Ghislaine Maxwell that showed up in data set 9 of the Epstein files, a PDF I found at justice.gov/Epstein. And you can see in late June of 2019 through early July, Ghislaine Maxwell, or I guess it could be somebody with her credit card because we really don't know, but it's a credit card tied to Ghislaine Maxwell. We're assuming it's her. Was here in Kansas City. And this was about a month before Jeffrey Epstein died in his jail cell in early August of 2019. So she books a flight to Kansas City from Boston late June. She's here, and she ends up going to some strange places. Or I shouldn't say strange places. They're fine places.
Sound touristy to me.
Yeah, they're touristy, and I don't know what their connections are outside of maybe being touristy.
Well, and a woman of her stature maybe wouldn't select those locations potentially first,
So she ends up in Slater, Missouri at a Casey's.
Well, maybe there was a charge there. See, I have a theory on that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, that's the odd one, isn't it, out of everything?
Out of everything.
Because she was at Union Station a couple of times parking, correct?
Yes, that was later in her trip. In early July, she's at Union Station. She's filling up gas. She's at Parisi's. She's
maybe a Betty Ray's.
Stopping by a Betty Ray's. Yeah. She's at Jack Stack right there.
Steamboat Arabia.
Steamboat Arabia was the one where I was thinking, well, okay.
Okay. It was Ghislaine Maxwell and a bunch of
something on your shoes there, Ghislaine.
5th grade field trips. You know?
Right. Exactly.
But the Casey's General Store in Slater, Missouri.
See, this is why I think it proves it was her.
Why?
So I think somebody maybe down in the River Market or Crossroads saw this lady coming in with the credit card, say, hey, copy that number down there. That's a silver card there, platinum. I don't know. It doesn't ever indicate that she would have reported that as an erroneous charge, right?
Wait,
Or
so
if
you're
it was even
telling
her.
me
What I'm saying is somebody might have, when your card number gets co-opted sometimes, so, hey, Pete, did you fill up at Wyandotte County you're like, no, that wasn't me. Okay, we'll take that off your charge. Your card number gets co-opted somehow.
All right. I understand and I respect
That's
a good
my
theory. I respect a good theory, John.
Okay.
But if you're going to steal her credit card, you're going to go to a Casey's with it? You're not going to buy yourself
We're
a
not
TV?
talking about bright individuals here in the Midwest.
$43 at a Casey's is what you're going to do with the credit card?
Three pizzas.
I wonder, too. I've had my card taken, and I'm like, you bought what? 99 cents of some download.
As someone who just had his credit card stolen, what was that, 3-4 months ago from the gym? Mm-hmm. I mean, at least those guys went to Best Buy and bought like thousands of dollars.
The card, though, right?
Yes.
I'm saying not necessarily physically lost his card.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're saying someone wrote down her card number and said,
it's
I'm buying
online.
taco pizzas and Slater.
You're sitting in the cafe and you intercept on the Wi-Fi and you go, oh, look at the furs on that chick, blah, blah, blah. Or look at the car she drove in on.
I maybe.
But I don't know where in the sequence it came. I would have thought that might have come after all the in-town shopping potentially.
Huh.
But anyway, it's when your card gets stolen, sometimes it's weird stuff like that. And you're going, what? I've never been near Slater. I didn't buy 7 pizzas.
I think John needs to quit while he's ahead here or not too far behind. Mark, give me some. What is your theory?
Well, I mean, I've seen that $43.39. I know that charge at Casey's. It's like 4 pizzas. So I think that it's close to Marshall, Missouri, which is a college town. So maybe they went and met somebody at the college town, got some pizzas, and then went back to
You guys
Kansas
are
City.
killing me
You're
here.
not going out and buying a new car, Pete. You're just trying to get away with what you can get away with.
There's something between a new car and a Casey's pizza.
Well, that's true, but I'm saying we're not dealing with the brightest bulbs in the pack.
Oh, my goodness. All right. I love where this conversation went because I had no idea it was going to go here. All right. Text line is 913-408-7957.
My theory only suggested it was her here in town. That's all I was trying to say.
No, I like that. So she goes to a Jack Stack, Union Station parking, Betty Ray's, Parisi, couple of Uber trips around town, Arabia Steamboat Museum.
The Truman Library is an interesting one.
Truman Library in there too as well. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what the point of this trip was.
If you will, obviously.
Yeah, what the point of the trip was. Was she some kind of
Well, it's very
historian?
local-centric, if you will. Yeah, Harry S. Truman being from Independence, and, of course, the steamboat Arabia sinking around the bend there by Parkville.
I don't know. Maybe she's like, hey, this is all going to go down real soon. I better, do something fun.
See the country while I can.
Yeah, exactly. Where have I not been yet that I got to, spend some time? Slater, Missouri's Casey's Pizza.
That was right. The season before the Chiefs won their first Super Bowl with Mahomes, I believe.
Yeah, yes, it was. It was, yeah. We were about a year or so into this show here on KCMO Talk Radio. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to make of all these different things that Ghislaine Maxwell allegedly did while she was in Kansas City, according to these Epstein files. But I shared the graphic on my X page at Pete Mundo, and it's also on my Facebook page, Pete Mundo, on KCMO Talk Radio.
Casey's got one of those machines in the restrooms for men. Maybe she was buying a large quantity.
I do find it interesting she got gas at the Tiffany Springs Phillips 66. I've gotten gas at that Phillips 66
airport,
before the airport. Yeah.
You better be careful there, Mark. Suddenly you're going to have the FBI asking you where you were.
Filling
all right?
up the rental car. I'm with you.
Before I did this story, I made sure to go back into my phone and make sure I had alibis, all right? Because I don't want anyone calling me. I mean, I don't know who this wacko lady is. You kidding me?
It's true. And then after that gas station, the next purchase is Chick-fil-A in Detroit, which I assume is at the airport.
Yes. I've actually been in that Detroit airport on a Sunday, and I was like, oh, cool, they got Chick-fil-A. And then I was like, oh, no, it's Sunday. Oh, dang it. All right.
Rules still apply at airports.
I've been in that airport once, that Detroit airport. And yes, you know what? When I went to Dave Ramsey's event, he invites a handful of stations every few years to kind of a getaway meet and greet with Dave and his team. So we went, this was probably fall of 21. He had his events for a handful of stations up at Cape Cod. So Kate and I went, and we went through Detroit. That's the only time I've been in the Detroit airport. And listen, there's plenty of big airports around the country. That Detroit airport is the biggest pain in the you-know-what that I've been in. I felt like I was walking for miles. That and Atlanta are the two airports where I'm like, does this thing ever end? And it was going to Boston, which is where Ghislaine Maxwell was going back to from Kansas City when she left. It was not a direct flight. My brother's in Boston, so there's like one direct flight a day on Delta to and from Kansas City. It's not a convenient, easy place to get to direct from here. So it's interesting that that's where she ended up going through on the way back and stopped at a Chick-fil-A, which I guess the only nice thing I can say about Ghislaine Maxwell is at least she likes Chick-fil-A. That's it. That's all I've got about, one of the great sleazeballs of our time. And that's the nicest thing I can say as well.
And Betty Race.
Yeah,
that was a good job
true. Yeah, I guess. I'll give her that much.